Hey guys, so I'm so excited to start this chakra cleanse with you. This cleanse is really about energetic hygiene. It's about learning how to become extremely self-aware, aware of our energy field, aware of our emotions and how they function and their role in our lives, and also primarily, this class is about establishing a sense of intimacy and fellowship within our own Trinity, with our body, with our mind, and with our heart. It's important that we understand all three of those aspects and how they interact and work, because when we're in fellowship with what we are, that's when we become a powerful signal on the planet. That's when we become masters of the matrix, so to speak. And the more aware we become of how this works, again, the more we can control our reaction to things and therefore control how our experience actually feels. So one of the deepest issues for most humans is that we've all had our hearts broken at some point in life, and it's caused us to feel a sense of mistrust in the world. And what happens when our hearts break, or when we have something traumatic that we experience when we're younger, is often it breaks our sense of trust, and in that we form a belief. And beliefs are the most powerful thing in existence. Beliefs are the origin of all things. Beliefs make up everything. And so belief is to be respected, and it's powerful. So we can't lie to ourselves about what we actually believe, and most of the time we suppress it. We suppress what we feel, and our feelings are telling us what we actually believe. So in one of my recent videos, I talked about how there's a big difference between what we're labeling ourselves as and what we actually believe. A label does not constitute a belief. A label is often something we hide behind because it's something we want to feel, it makes us feel safe. But a belief, we know our beliefs by our actions, by how we react to life. And I think we would be shocked to realize how much we have in common with people that are claiming to have a different belief system than us. You could be a Democrat, a Republican, an atheist, a Christian, a Muslim, a pagan, whatever it is, and have all shared the same belief of, I'm not safe in this world, or there's not enough, or I'm not enough. All those beliefs steeped in lack. And because we are afraid to be vulnerable, and because vulnerability has been used against us in the past when we're in survival mode and we truly believe there's not enough, we have to protect our hearts. And we can't let people see who we really are, because that can be used against us in a world of lack and in a world of survival. And so what happens is we've created all these labels and groups, and identified with those rather than, and seen it as how we're different than other people, rather than truly identifying with our core beliefs that have been based in our experience. And I think if we did that, we would see as a human race that we have so much more in common in our belief system than we would even realize. And like I said, there are two primary operating beliefs going on this planet. There's a belief fundamentally in lack and a belief fundamentally in abundance. The belief that there's not enough and that we're not enough and that we have to earn our right to be here, we have to earn love, we have to earn our right to have a happy life, or that there's always enough, that we come from abundance, that we are abundant, that there's an infinite amount of realities, there's an infinite amount of solutions. And when we have that as our primary belief, it gives your brain and your creativity much more to access. We start thinking so much more broadly than we do when we have a fundamental belief in lack. And so this class is ultimately about shifting our belief system from lack to abundance. And like I said, these experiences that we had when we were young or throughout our lives, doesn't really matter what age point, that has caused a tear in our trust and connection with ourselves. This is what needs to be healed. And so we're going to be working a lot with threes in this class. We have the body, mind, and the heart, which is the Trinity. We have the past, the present, and the future. And we have self, others, and the planet. And the fellowship of this Trinity is really what this class is all about. So we're going to be on the heart side. Each week there's going to be a heart section, a mind section, and a body section. And the mind, in the mind section, we're going to be focusing on In relation to the chakra, we're working on affirmations, conscious programming of our thoughts, how to meditation, how to actually observe our thoughts but not identify with our thoughts, and visualization. All these things are extremely powerful, and we're going to go deep into this in the class. And really how the brain, if we want to change, we have to fire new neural pathways in our brain, because habit, we've thought a certain way for so long, especially in the lack matrix, that it causes us to automatically create lack, because those neural pathways in ourselves and in the collection as a whole automatically fires in lack, because it's been a program that has been activated for so long. And so in this class, we're going to really be focusing on shifting our neural pathways, firing new neural pathways, new ideas, new concepts, affirmation, and all of this is extremely important. It takes a while to change habits. So in the beginning, it might be uncomfortable to just allow yourself to have that much observation and control over your mind. But I promise you it's worth it. And it's when you're doing it with other people, it makes it even more powerful and stronger. So we'll have a mind section, we'll have a heart section, and our heart, as we focus on from the heart's perspective, it's more about the emotional side and about what makes us come alive, about where we've been wounded, and it's where our vulnerabilities are. So be prepared to really go into your heart and your emotions, and not make it about what you think, but actually about what you feel. So we're going to be dropping really deeply into the heart during this cleanse. And then of course we're going to have a body section, and the body is our physical expression of our beliefs. Really, the body is our physical expression of the conversation that's going on at any given moment between our mind and our heart. And when we're in the lack matrix, primarily it's that our heart and our mind have been at war with each other. And so this class is really about healing that war, about soothing that trauma, and getting our hearts and our minds to actually trust each other again. Because when our hearts and our minds are in fellowship, our body reflects that fellowship, and we reflect it through radiant health. And so in this class, I'm not going to tell you what to eat or what to do, but I am going to really dive into how food, in the code and the energy of food, where it's been, where it's come from, the energy behind it really affects our programming, because we're partaking of those codes. And if we're eating a lot of dead food or a lot of food that has been created in extreme trauma, it affects our body. So we're going to focus on, I'll give you some recipe suggestions and just sort of what I've been doing, but really allowing ourselves to eat a high plant-based diet that have a lot of colors in it, because when we're working with the chakras, we're working with the rainbow, the color of the rainbow. And so eating food that is colorful actually really helps activate and heal the chakras. So the reason why I'm calling this a cleanse is because when we work with each individual chakra, we can start seeing multidimensionally how our energy works with our body, our mind, and our heart, and how it's completely possible for us to clean out old beliefs and replace them with new beliefs. And the replacing part is key, because if we just try to limit our behavior or stop a certain behavior without giving us something to replace it, it leaves a void. And when we leave a void, energetically, the way this universe works is it's going to be filled. Something will fill it. And so it's important that we replace any beliefs that we are upgrading and shifting ourselves really into an upgraded version. And ultimately, this is about the win-win-win. Win for your body, win for your mind, win for your heart, win for the self, win for others, win for the planet. Win for your past self, win for your future, win for your parallel selves. If we don't include all that we are, if it's not a win-win-win, it's not a win. If you're sacrificing your health to get your emotional needs met, it's not a win. If you're sacrificing your mental stability to get your physical needs met, it's not a win. And that's what we do in lack. It's what we do when we have a primary belief in sacrifice. When we believe we have to sacrifice something to get another need met, that's when that's how we stay in the lack matrix. Because the secret of it is that you're never ultimately fulfilled. Your needs are never ultimately met. So yes, you may have gotten one need met, but at the detriment of having another need not met. And so it's the equivalent of treating the symptoms of something, but not ever getting to the cure, not ever actually healing something. And so my intention for this class is that we really heal our energy field and heal our relationship with our Trinity.